Hello, everybody. FastLane just ended. We're all worn out, but we're here, and we're doing. Was it worth it? I'm here with.
Keep forgetting to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm DJ, by the way.
Hello, everybody. You know me, okay? You know what? You know I am. I'm Misa J.
Francesca Bettinelli.
And I'm still the Small Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Liam Landry.
Alright, we're trying to get this all worked out. Maybe we finally got it. But let's go right down the card. We're going to start with Ty Dillinger and Breezango versus Mojo Riley. And somebody help me out, please.
Sean Benjamin
Shelton
and
Benjamin,
Chad Gable.
Okay.
Wally.
Let's start with our champ, Liam.
This was a match, a lot of missed things, it wasn't that great. I've seen better from these guys, so it was a match. Not worth it.
Yeah. Agreed. There was a reason it was on the pre-show and not on FastLane itself. No, I didn't think it was worth it.
Yeah, the only reason why it was even made is to get the people who are in the ring currently a little bit hyped. Because it was on the pre-show, no, it was not worth it.
Yeah, my thing is to give grades, and if I had to grade this, which I do, it's an F. It's really bad. It was horrible. It was that bad. A lot of botches, not good moves, and I give it an F. Next match we have is...
But
Wait, who won?
It was not worth it. It was an F. And we have Ty Dillinger.
And it was the faces.
The faces won. Ty Dillinger and Breezango defeated Mojo Riley and the Heels. We go right on to the main event, main show, which was, we start with Asuka.
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. And
Wow, that is so racist.
Shinsuke Nakamura and
Jinder
Shinsuke Nakamura and
versus Rusev,
Rusev.
accompanied by Aiden English. Francesca, you want to start
yes.
this one?
I'll start this one. Alright, so this was a really great back and forth match. Rusev and Shinsuke pulled out all the stops. I really enjoyed it. The crowd was so into it, cheering for both Shinsuke and Rusev. Love this match. Yes, of course, it was worth it.
Yes, this match was worth it. I totally agree. They don't like Rusev, but they still like him enough to give him good matches. And against Shinsuke, it was a very good match. And I knew they weren't going to slow Shinsuke's momentum.
Yeah, I really liked this match. It was back and forth, which I really like, and I think they did a really good job in it. Yeah, it was worth it.
I thought it was a good match. They could have had some better pacing in it, made a little shorter breaks between the action, but beyond that, it was a good match, was worth it.
And, so next we have Randy Orton did defeat Bobby Roode for the United States Championship.
Didn't even tease there. Just went straight right in.
Oh well.
Alright, you want to start this one?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it was really worth it. Back and forth. I thought Jinder would interfere some kind of way and make it a triple threat, which he did in the end, which was really nice. But, oh well, it didn't help me in my quest to win the title, but oh well, but it was a good match. Went back and forth, a lot of good moves, and it was worth it.
This was a good match, hindered by the crowd. They just weren't into it until towards the end when it actually started picking up. Started off slow and it did pick up towards the end. I'd say it was worth it and had a pretty surprising RKO out of nowhere for a clean win before Jinder even comes into the picture. So we'll see what happens at WrestleMania, another triple threat.
Yeah, this one was probably my favorite match of the night, just because of, I guess, the athleticism and the competition between the two, and the fact that it was a clean win. Of course, I didn't like Well, I did like how it ended, but I wish it would have ended a little differently, just so I could have added that to my prediction win, but that's okay. Yes, it was worth it.
Yeah, I'd see that it was definitely hindered by the crowd and wasn't hindered by the Jinder. But yeah, it was kind of crazy that they didn't have Jinder interfere in the match as just a protection for Bobby Roode. But at the same time, it was still a very good match, though. I liked it. It was worth it.
At least Bobby did get the final say at the very end.
Yes, by hitting both Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton with the glorious DDT.
Alrighty, next we have Natalya and Carmella versus Becky Lynch and Naomi. And Francesca, you want to take this?
Yeah. I liked it at sometimes at different parts, but as a whole, it just kind of felt a little dragged out to me. But I guess it was worth it. I wish it would have ended a little differently. But yeah.
It was one of those things where you thought the faces would actually get a win because of who has the Money in the Bank briefcase right now, but the heels did come out on top, which was a surprise. I like Carmella and Becky. Whenever those two women were in the ring, I really enjoyed myself. I have been on record stating I am not a fan of Naomi or Natalya, and I just felt like when they were in the ring it was sloppy. But other than that, keep Natalya and Naomi out and keep Becky and Carmella in. Fortunately, that's not what we got, so I can't say it was worth it, so I'm gonna have to say it wasn't.
No, I totally agree. It wasn't worth it. A lot of botches went on during the match. I think this was just a throw in there kind of match. I don't know why it even happened. So yeah, it wasn't worth it.
I would say it wasn't worth it because that's really a match that you would see on SmackDown and not really a pay-per-view. Wasn't really up to that quality of match, so not worth it.
Alright. Next match was the Tag Team Championship, Usos versus... And, Natalya and Carmella did win, by the way.
I told them.
Next match was the Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus the New Day. Liam?
So I thought this was a really good match, and of course we know how that ended. It ended with the no contest with Bludgeon Brothers attacking everyone. A move that of course everyone loved and enjoyed. So I think overall, as a whole, it was a entertaining match and was worth it.
I will go next. I hated the ending, but before the ending, yes, this match was worth it. You have the two of the greatest tag teams working today going against each other. Of course it was worth it. It's just that ending was retarded and stupid, and absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Other than that foolish ending, yes, it was worth it because you get a lot of good stuff with Jimmy, Jay, and Kofi and Xavier Woods, and then the mocking each other's moves was bloody a work of art between these two teams.
Oh yeah, it was a good match. The ending, I'm not gonna say I totally liked it because I don't like matches to end in a no contest, but I do like the Bludgeon Brothers, so I did like what
Franny, you're funny.
Don't call me that.
I liked what
That's
they
a thing now.
I liked what they
You
did
interrupted.
to hype up the storyline. I mean, it kept their storyline strong of, pushing them really good. I don't know if they can beat, the Usos at WrestleMania. We'll just have to wait and see, but it was a really good match. So,
He didn't like that.
Francesca?
I liked the match when it was the tag team match, but yeah, did not like the ending. The match was worth it, the ending was stupid. That's all I have to say about that.
Alright. Was it worth it?
Yeah, she said the match was worth it.
Oh, okay.
And the ending sucked.
I
All
did
right.
not say that.
I'm
World greatest
paraphrasing.
ending.
And next we have Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott for the women's championship. And I guess I'll start again. I guess kinda didn't no, it really wasn't worth it for me. I didn't I hate to say that about a championship match, but it was just kinda, I mean, were the moves good? Yes. But I didn't like how both sides had to be at ringside. When I watch a championship match, I want a championship match to be one-on-one with no plan of interference. And I'll talk about the World Heavyweight Championship later, because I think the same thing about that one. But the women's match should have just been Ruby Riott and Charlotte Flair for the title. Nobody at ringside, and if anybody came at ringside, to be disqualified. And title switch hands, if it had to be. But it should have just been one-on-one. It wasn't, so I give it probably I'll give it a C.
I will respectfully disagree with you. I thought they actually did a really good job. Yes, there were a couple of botches within the match. Yes, the ending was a bit lackluster. However, I did enjoy it. The interference was very minimal and didn't make any impact. They were there, they got kicked out, and this is both Naomi and Becky and Liv and Sarah. So I had absolutely no problems with any of this. I enjoyed the match for what it was. Ruby Riott put on a good show, a lot of good teasing of her finisher. At least they're keeping her finisher strong for not allowing her to hit it, so that's good. And then of course Asuka comes out to, I guess, officially challenge Charlotte at WrestleMania, which is a huge event. Yeah, it was worth it for me, and I really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy this match. The only thing is, I wish they would have less submissions and more pins for I guess for all the matches, but it really seems to me that like the women's matches are doing more submissions than anything. I'm just getting tired of it. But the match, yes, it was good.
Yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. I would say it felt like I've seen better from both of them before individually. So it probably could have been a better match, more well structured, but for what it was still a good match. So, worth it.
Alright, in your last match, the WWE World Heavyweight title, you had Owens, Zayn, Ziggler, Corbin, Cena, and your champion, AJ Styles.
You forgot one.
Shane McMahon.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. Shane McMahon had to be at ringside and put his ego in front of everybody else. Thank you, Francesca. Why don't you just start it off then?
Well, alright.
Whew.
I don't know. I like who won the match. Did I like the match? It didn't draw me in as much as the Randy Orton and Bobby Roode match, just because everyone was out the ring pretty much, and it... Can I give it an out of a yes or a no?
An F? Yeah, you can
No,
rate it. I don't
eh.
care.
Like a...
You have to say one or the other. For you personally.
Yes, just because AJ Styles is still champion, and I really would love to see the match against Shinsuke. So
Liam?
It's going to be a great match.
that's really the only reason why.
Well, I'll help complete your air by going to the other side and say, I really don't think it was worth it at all overall, because it was just a lot of spots in there and not really much else. And then the whole stuff with Shane McMahon is just infuriating. And so overall, it wasn't as if it wasn't enjoyable. It's just nothing really to come back to after it, you know? And definitely got outshined by, say, the Randy Orton and Bobby Roode match, or the actual wrestling portion of the tag team match.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, to go off of that, the match, I agree. I disagree with both of you. The match was great. I like the spots where they put them. Cena put AJ through a table, Kevin Owens did the big thing to Ziggler, which was really good, really awesome, unexpected, great camera work. But when it came down to it, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn both almost winning, Shane had to interfere. That was stupid. That should never happen. But other than that, the match I thought was pretty good. I give it a B. So.
And I guess I will end this round, and I will disagree with everybody. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna.
That's not even.
I'll find a way. Dang it. Okay. Okay. So before I give my was it worth it, I'm just gonna say the spots when they were made correctly were really, really awesome. Of course, the huluva kick onto Owens. Sammy actually laying flat on the mat before shenanigans, which made Kevin Owens look really, really stupid when he just didn't go for a pin and try to pick him up. But regardless, Def Leppard is not Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler getting
Def Leppard hit the zigzag.
yeah, Dolph Ziggler doing his amazing selling work always. The out of nowhere frog splash by Kevin, like you mentioned. Also, like you mentioned, the AA from Cena to Styles onto the announce table, which looked sick. The super kick delivered to Shane McMahon got a huge pop out of all of us, which was great. But just those stupid interferences just took away from the match. The fact that Cena was ridiculously strong all the time. The fact that it took all 5 of them to bring him down. It was just like Francesca said, it was too much of a seesaw back and forth. And if was a thing, I would agree with you, but I'm going to agree with Liam. No, it wasn't really worth it because in the end, we all knew it was going to be AJ Styles.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, was it worth it? Yeah, it kind of was worth it. I give it a I'll give it an A. 90% like all the matches were good. So I'd give it in some way, shape, or form. All the matches were pretty good. So I give it an A.
Overall, was it worth it? I mean, from the nitpicks that I have, it's not enough to totally take away from what they did at FastLane with great storytelling from a lot of wrestlers and storylines except the Bludgeon Brothers. Other than that bit, overall, I would slightly give it a yes. It was worth it.
Overall, yes, because we had company and pizza. But I mean, the fast lane. Yeah, I would agree with slightly yes. Like it just made it to the yes mark.
No, yeah, I definitely think it was overall was worth it. Pizza or no pizza?
No reason?
Well, I mean, I already gave the reasons when I talked about the matches.
Yeah, that's true.
Since
So
I thought
yeah.
most of the matches were worth it, you know.
All right, everybody. Don't you dare forget to give us those sexy, sexy likes.
And the unsexy ones.
Don't forget to share to all of your friends.
And your enemies.
Subscribe. Notify.
Subscribe to the channel and become a part of the Smarky family. Hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified when we go live for special events. Follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP.
You can follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Francesca_SWA.
And follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
And
Until next time.